Allison, you're chasing a story in Princeton. You know, despite the warnings from several governors, including Governor Christie, about accepting Syrian refugees, some churches have gone out on their own and invited them in. But you've got a story about a missing sign on a church in Princeton. What do you got?
Right, so a sign reading "Refugees are welcome here" was stolen from the Nassau Presbyterian Church in Princeton, New Jersey. Now, they put the sign up last week only to find that it was stolen. So this wasn't any small sign, though, that you see maybe on properties during election season. It was a big sign that was safely secured on the property. So the spot where the sign was stolen is right here. You can see the rods they were attached to.
It's so hard to know if it was a trophy or if someone is really deeply upset.
Pastor Lauren explained to me that this motto isn't new to the church. They've been welcoming refugees from all over the world for the past 50 years, and the sign was put up to celebrate that. It's part of the church's stance on inclusion. The church is currently working with the Church World Service of Jersey City to help a Syrian family out.
A family is getting ready to come to us. We don't know yet who that family is, how many children they have, their ages.
The Church World Service says they do have an in-depth vetting process and are one of the nationally approved organizations to help find these Syrian families a place to stay.
And then Princeton Theological Seminary, just down the street, is providing housing.
The church administration, when they put the sign up, they knew people would have different opinions about it. However, they never thought that someone would actually go ahead and steal it. With regard to a police investigation, it's ongoing.
Have they been vandalized before?
No, they've put up signs before.
I never noticed they had big signs there. I mean, I drive past it all the time. I never noticed.
Yeah, they had a sign up with regard to domestic violence that wasn't stolen, different church services. This is the first one.
I would find it very hard to believe if it was politically motivated, given how liberal Princeton is. I mean, I live there. You know, it's a kind of town where the local politicians won't even put up a 9/11 memorial because there's a cross carved in it from the first responders. So, you know, it's the kind of town that is so politically correct, so over the top left, that I would think that that kind of thing would be celebrated and not taken down. So to me, it sounds like probably a bunch of kids.
Yeah, but it is on a main street that runs through Princeton, and it's very easy to get there. Princeton's a small town. You could have anyone from anywhere coming through the area.
There is at least one Syrian family living right now in Patterson.
Yeah.
I've tried to interview them. They don't want to go on camera because they live in fear, because there's currently a climate where you don't want to admit to other people that you're a Syrian refugee.
Where were you the night the sign went down?
Right.
Where were you?
You know, the funny thing is, the university is across the street. So, I mean, you know, you got a lot of college kids roaming around drinking, so it was not me.
It was not you. Put a polygraph on this guy.
The question I have is, I wonder if they took it down themselves to generate a news story out of it. Never know.
We fell for it.
Right.
We always fall for it.